Good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the most important topic of class 9 science, that is the Newton's second law of motion. Under the previous session we have completed the concept of the Newton first law of motion. So in this sequence we will discuss about the some example which is based on the Newton's second law of motion and the derivation of the Newton's second law of motion, that is F equal to m into a. So in this sequence we will discuss about the some example which is based on the Newton's second law of motion. So now let us start. First of all we will discuss about the some important term which is related to the Newton's second law of motion. So here they suppose that the two objects having the same mass and the different velocity, then the force required to the stop the both object will be different. So now suppose that there are two objects A and B, having a different mass, Suppose that object A and object B, and the mass of the object A is given here m1 and mass of the object B is m2. So it is clear that the object mass of the object B is greater than the mass of the object A, then m2 greater than m1. And suppose that moving object with the same velocity. So it is clear that the velocity of the object A is v and velocity of the object B is also v with the same velocity. So it is clear that the same velocity with the different masses. So moving the same object, same velocity, then the stop the both object, the force required here is different. Greater velocity of the object B is required to the more force to the stop, and then the object A. Now another way, the same masses and the different velocity of the object. Suppose that the same mass of the both object is given here, that object A and B with the same mass and different velocity. So it is clear that the higher force required to the object B for the stop, because the velocity of the object B is greater than the object A, then V2 greater than V1. So it is clear that the force is directly proportional to the mass and force is directly proportional to the velocity. So now it is clear that the force depend on the mass and velocity of the both object. So it is clear that the momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So now the momentum equal to m into v. So it is clear that momentum is the product of mass and velocity, means momentum depends on the mass and velocity. If the mass of the object is higher, then momentum will be also is greater. If the velocity of the object will be greater, higher, then momentum of the object will be also greater. So now the Newton's second law of motion, as you know that according to the Newton's second law of motion, the rate change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. So here is suppose that the object A object A and it's having the mass m. Object A, it's having mass m and its initial velocity u. So it is clear that the force, according to the Newton's second law of motion, force, the rate change of momentum is directly proportional to the force. F is directly proportional to the delta p by delta t. Delta p means change in momentum. So here it is clear the object A, suppose that the object A and its mass is m and the initial velocity of the object is u. Then the initial momentum of this object, initial momentum for the object A is P1 equal to m into u. So now the external force applied on the object A, that is the force F. Suppose that the force F is applied on the object A, then the object in the form of motion and the velocity of the object will be changed. So here the object velocity of the object will be changed in the form of final velocity. So it is clear that here is the mass of the object A is m and the initial velocity u. Then the momentum of this object means initial momentum, that is m into u. As you know that momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So now the next step, if we the applied external force F, then the object moves and the velocity will be changed in the form of the final velocity. So here it is clear that the mass cannot be changed in this situation. So the final momentum of the object is final momentum of the object P2 is, the momentum is, it is clear that momentum is the product of the mass and velocity. So we can write here the mass is m and the velocity is final velocity, that is the v. So final momentum m into v. Then change in momentum, it is clear that change in momentum that is delta p equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. So here we can write here the final momentum minus initial momentum. So we can write here the final momentum, that is the P2 delta P equal to P2 minus P1. So we can write here the P2, that is the m into v, mass into velocity, that is delta P equal to mv minus mu. So here the mass in the both term will be same, then the mass m is common here, then delta P equal to mv minus u. So according to the Newton's second law of motion, as you know that according to Newton's second law of motion, the rate change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. So applied force is given here F, and the rate change of momentum, that is delta P by delta T. Then F is proportional to the delta T by delta T. Then F proportional to delta P, that is m V minus U by T. So according to this statement, V minus U by T, it is clear that, as you know, that the rate change in velocity, that is called the acceleration. So here the acceleration, according to the formula of the acceleration, change in velocity by time taken, means final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. So it is clear that V minus U by T, that is the acceleration, equal to V minus U by T. So we can write here the F is proportional to the m into A. So in the place of the sign of the proportional, it is clear that we can write here F equal to K into m into A. So now the suppose that if the value of K equal to 1, if the K equal to 1, so we can write here F equal to 1 into m into A. Then F equal to m into A. So here is the force equal to mass into acceleration. So it is clear that the applied force equal to the product of mass and acceleration. So following step for the derivation of the Newton's second law of motion, and that is the force of the applied force is the product of mass and acceleration. So unit of the force, it is clear that unit of force, that is Newton. Unit of the force, it is clear that Newton. So now the some question is which is related to the Newton's second law of motion. That is the first question about this Newton's second law of motion. So here the first question, which is based on the Newton's second law of motion, it is clear that the velocity time graph of a moving particle, the mass of object is 1 kg. Mass of the object m equal to 1 kg. So in this question, is any force acting on the body justify your answer? So it is clear that the velocity time graph is given here, and the velocity time graph, this graph is the parallel to the time. The velocity is represented in the vertical way, and the time is represented in the horizontal way. So it is clear that the velocity time graph. So this graph is parallel to the time, that is the horizontal line. So here is it is clear there are no acceleration produced in this graph, then acceleration will be 0. Here the acceleration equal to 0. Then we know that according to the Newton's second law of motion, the force is same as the product of mass and acceleration. So according to the Newton's second law of motion, F equal to m into A. So force is here on this velocity time graph, that is 0, because here is the acceleration will be 0. Then the place of the A equal to 0, then the force equal to also will be 0. Now the next question. So now the next question is, this is the velocity time graph, and time in the term of second, and velocity is given as in the meter per second. So according to this question, the velocity versus time graph of a ball of mass 50 gram. So mass of the object is given here, that is m equal to 50 gram. And the rolling on a concrete floor is shown calculate the acceleration and the frictional force of the floor on the bar. So here is the acceleration in the velocity time graph. That is the, we know that the acceleration, that is the rate change in velocity. So according to the formula of the acceleration, that is A equal to change in velocity by time taken, that is v minus u by t. Then velocity, initial velocity is here, that is 0, and the final velocity is given on this graph, that is 80 meter per second, and the time, that is maximum time is given in the on the time, that is 8 seconds. So according to the formula of the acceleration, as you know that A equal to v minus u by t, then final velocity is given here 0 minus 80 by, and time is 8 minus 0, then A equal to minus 80 by 8, that is equal to minus 10 meter per second square. So it is clear that the value of acceleration, that is minus 10 meter per second square. So this negative sign indicates the object in the form of the retardation. So it is clear that negative sign is shown as this object in the form of the retardation, and the frictional force, here is the frictional force. Frictional force, as you know that the force is the product of mass and acceleration, F equal to m into A, and the mass of the object is given here the 50 gram. First we convert the mass of the object in the form of the kg. So we can write here 50 into 10 to power minus 3 kg, and the acceleration, this is the in the form of acceleration converted in the retardation, and the value of retardation is given here minus 10 meter per second square. So put the value of A equal to minus 10 meter per second square, minus 10 then F for frictional force 50 into 10 to power minus 3 into 10, that is 50 into 10 to power minus 2 Newton. So that is 50 into 10 to power minus 10 means we can write here 10 1 by 100, and this cancel by 2, then 1 by 2 equal to 0.5 Newton. So in this velocity time graph, the acceleration is minus 10 meter per second square, and the frictional force is given here 0.5 Newton. Here further, now the next question is, force of 10 Newton applied to a mass m produces an acceleration of 5 meter per second square, and when applied to mass m2 produces an acceleration of mass 15 meter per second square. In the mass, what acceleration will the same force produces if the two masses are tied together? So it is clear that we know that the force is F equal to m into A. So according to this question, the force is given here 10 Newton, force of 10 Newton, and applied to mass m1 produces acceleration of 5 meter per second square. So force is given here F equal to 10, and the mass is given here m1, and acceleration. The value of acceleration is given 5 meter per second square. The value of A equal to 5. So we can write here the value of mass m1 equal to 10 by 5, that is 2 kg. The value of m1 equal to 2 kg. And the next, an acceleration of 15 meter per second square in the mass. What acceleration will be the same force produces if the two masses are tied together? So here it is clear that the same force means F equal to 10 Newton and acceleration, that is the A equal to 15 meter per second square. Then the formula of the F equal to m into A, that is the m2 equal to A. Then mass of the m2 is equal to the F by A. So the force is given here, that is 10, and acceleration, the value of acceleration, that is the 15 meter per second square. 10 by 15, then 2 by 3 kg. So here the, according to this question, what acceleration will be the same force produces if the two masses are tied together? It is clear that the two masses tied together means total mass of the object, total mass m equal to m1 plus m2. Then the value of m1 equal to 2 and the value of m2, that is 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So we can write here 8 by 3 kg. So what acceleration will be the same force produces if the two masses are tied together? Then the total mass of the object m equal to 8 by 3 kg and force is given here 10 Newton. Then according to the Newton's second law motion, F equal to m into A, then A equal to F by m and 10 by 8 by 3. Then 10 into 3 by 8, 4, 5 and 15 by 4 and 3.75 meter per second square. So the acceleration will be 3.75 meter per second square when the mass of the object tied together, that is 8 by 3 and force is 10 Newton. Then acceleration will be 3.75 meter per second square.